What is love? What is love? Because we all have an idea of what it is. Let's take a look at what love is from the Bible, because if God is love, then he gets to set the definition of it. He gets to set the standard for it. It can't be, so many times we say, well, I feel like God should. I don't care what you feel like. You know why? Because I feel different than you feel, and you feel different than I feel, and everybody has a different feeling. And guess what? There's no standard. But the truth is, objective truth exists. If there is a God in the universe, he gets to set the definition. And so if you believe in God, you don't get to say, well, my feelings override my God, because then your feelings are God. And you make a terrible God. You all know this. And so what does the Bible actually say love is? It's actually incredibly interesting because Jesus commanded us to love. So if he can command us to love, that means it's not just a feeling, because otherwise he would have said, hey, hang out until you feel like loving people. Which is how some of us treat God, right? We're like, when I get a feeling, I'll go tell somebody Jesus loves them. When I get a feeling, I'll leave a big tip for that waitress I was rude to. When I get a feeling, I'll go ahead and do something selfless because I know God is telling me I should act this way. There are some things you don't have to pray about, and there are some things you don't have to wait until you feel about it. God doesn't say just hang out until you feel like loving. He commands us to love others. And when given a command, you can obey or disobey, which means you have a what? A choice. You see, love is a choice. Love is a choice. Check it out in Colossians 3. Paul's picking up something he's already talked about in Corinthians and Galatians. He says this: since God chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. This sounds familiar. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony. Clothe yourselves in love. In other words, you can say, you have a say over it. You can say, listen, I have gentleness, I have kindness, but how do you know people that are gentle and kind who aren't very loving? Then they become arrogant tools who are like, why don't you appreciate what I've done for you? Why? Because again, it's about their happiness and they're trying to manipulate you. Because you can say you have kindness or you can say that you have gentleness or faithfulness, but if you don't have love, you don't have any of it, because it's love that binds those things together in both motivation and expression. That's the key to all of it, because it's not a feeling. To put on is willful action, yes? Some of you guys don't know this. You have to decide, I'm going to love that person even if you don't feel like it. Have you experienced this in life yet? Some of you have been alive longer than 10 years, right? Sometimes you have to love people when you don't feel like it, and if you wait for a feeling, it will never come, and so you have to choose to do it even when it's not easy. Clothing yourself is a choice, yes? Because you woke up this morning, and some of you spent too long getting your clothes on, and that's why you're late, and we forgive you. That's okay. It's church for that. But you chose to get up and clothe yourself. You didn't go stand next to the closet and pray about it. You didn't go look in your drawer and be like, Jesus, if I'm supposed to wear pants today, would you make it so obvious? Nothing. All right, here come the police. Listen, clothe yourself is a choice. It's an act of the will that you can't pray your way into, that you can't hope happens to you. Love is a choice to put on. Don't go stand near love. Don't go read about love. Don't buy the next magazine with the newest line of spring love. Put on the clothes and actually love people. We decide in our hearts. We choose, I'm going to love. That's what's going to happen, even when it's hard, because love is a choice, not a feeling.